Okay, let's talk Wrestle Kingdom 2019, Wrestle Kingdom 13. Wow. I don't feel that I have to tell you that their matches are definitely worth watching. And this event, overall, for being 4 hours, is worth watching. I'm going to hit on just a few matches, not all of them, because I don't know. I don't follow New Japan as close as I probably should. So beginning with our opening official contest, so not the gauntlet match, which was done very well. I mean, it's tough to do a five teams for three, gauntlet match to decide a number one contender for their 6-man belt. It's hard to do effectively 4 matches with 15 people. But they did it, everyone got their stuff in, and they all looked really good. The nice thing after Wrestle Kingdom, they do an event right afterwards. So at some people, it's like, here's the season finale, Wrestle Kingdom, the New Year's Dash. Take scenes that happened from the previous night, and then you get to do other matches. So, Kota Ibushi, Will Ospreay. Wow. I've never thought that I've watched a match in like 1.25 speed, but this match felt like they were going almost superhumanly fast in some sequences. They do a sequence where it's the constant reversal of power bombs and like Hurricane Ranas that I got tired. I'm watching it and I'm going, I'm getting exhausted watching these guys do this work. Seeing Kota Ibushi go for a moonsault to the outside and eat a kick to the midsection that made me winch. Like, ugh. Brilliant back and forth match, incredible high speed. The unprotected back elbow to the back of Kota Ibushi's head by Will Ospreay. The move that gave him a concussion. You see it. And New Japan does slow motions and for the replays. And it was like, he's there. It's like, Brrr! Like he got shot in the back of the head. Ospreay gets the pinfall. They put him on a board. Okay. The Young Bucks, who got themselves inserted into the tag team title match because reasons. They didn't win their massive tournament, which I will say, I love that New Japan does tournaments where it's, oh, you won the G1, yeah. You get challenged for the big belt at Wrestle Kingdom. Oh, you won this massive several-day tournament in tag division, yeah. You get the challenge for the belts. It's easy. What makes New Japan work is what makes NXT work, is you pick very simple concepts. You develop the character, you give the character a motivation, and then whatever the character does, as long as it's within alignment of his predetermined character and his motivation, it all makes sense. You don't need to do anything really elaborate. And they do a fantastic job using tournaments. Vince hates tournaments. But if you look at WWE in the past, King of the Ring was a way to give you a new main event challenger for SummerSlam. It allows you to give a match that you wouldn't normally see. It allows you to build up a story into a tournament. And New Japan is fantastic at building, like, these two guys get along, but these two guys are in the exact same stable, and they do stables of, I think Bullet Club's 11 people now, and Chaos is like 10 or 11 people, and Suzuki Gun is like 9 or 10. So their stables are these massive stables, which allow them, when they're doing tournaments, to put different teams in different spots, and then work massive effectively cross-table feuds. So, Young Bucks get pinned. Okay. We'll start to sense kind of a theme here. Cody Rhodes, Juice Robinson. I like that Cody Rhodes is old school traditional heel with Brandy getting involved like in half of the match. Just, no, don't hit my husband! And then she's like, come on, you hit me, just enough to distract the ref. It's enough to make you like what Cody does for a character aspect, but absolutely hate Cody Rhodes as the character. Him faking the knee injury and then using to kind of, try to win from that, try to do the cheap victory, trying to use the title. I like that these two fought each other so often they used their own finishers. It's like, I'm going to use your finisher. But I don't do it as well, so I don't get the pinfall. New Japan is also fantastic at, you know what? WWE were like, oh, it's a finisher, kick out. Finisher, kick out. No. New Japan is going for my finish, counter, finish, counter, finish, counter, finish, counter. Hits my finish. And they're protected finishers because it's the finisher. It's how you should win a match. They do a great job protecting moves. And if someone does happen to either kick out or get their foot on the ropes, it's normally finisher. Takes a long time for the person to recover, to go for the pin. Boom. So, Cody Rhodes lost. He lost his title. Sensing a pattern here. Jericho and Naito. Jericho's found this brand new gear in New Japan. And again, this match was brutal. That table DDT spot with the spike. And you can tell they're like, table break! There's a roll off to the side. Something broke in the table spot. Give me a minute. Okay. They trade kendo stick shots that are incredibly vicious. Seeing a guy on the top rope with a kendo stick and someone throw a chair at his face. This no DQ match was brutal. And I love that when they do their big matches, they're like, all right, go out there and do it. Be brutal. You two guys do not like each other. Two wrestlers do not like each other. Their match should begin like an absolute car wreck. It shouldn't be. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy at all. Schoolboy. No! Should be, I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna kill this guy. He can say in the ring, I'm going to kill this guy. That's the story. The storyline is I want to beat you within an inch of your life and then drag you an additional foot. They should want to brutalize each other. Jericho drops the title. I'm sensing a pattern here. Switchblade Okada. Man. I'll say this again. Love the entrances. They do this way of the entrance that feels grand, it feels big. But the entrance is like 2 minutes from when they start doing the video package to when they're in the ring and they're being announced. And again, I love they don't spam finishers. They spam counters to finishers. Oh. Seeing it be like, and right in the make, flip around. Nope. So she's going for his finisher. Nope. I spin you out of that into mine. Right in the make. Nope. Flip out of that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. With Switchblade, pinning Okada, clean in the center of the ring. Again, brilliant match. Even the entrances are fantastic because it has this grandiose feel that you're going to watch two guys have a massive battle. And it's not, look through your phone to see the VR images for the augmented reality, or look, Randy Orton has a giant fake snake running its way down the 300-yard rampway. And now, Kenny Omega, Tanahashi, doing the 8-bit RPG, no, I guess probably close to 16. Yeah, close to 16-bit. RPG intro for Kenny Omega, who then comes down to the ring as a one-winged angel warrior, still with a very elite-looking gun attached to his hand. And as he's wielding it, I kept on thinking that there was going to be like a firework. Because it had this giant opening to it, like you'd expect it to be like, like a flare. They would shoot like an Omega symbol into the sky or something. It just felt like there was something else that was supposed to happen that didn't. But it's fine, because he came to the ring in battle armor, with one wing and a sword. And he walked in there, and the music felt like it was the final boss, which is how you should main event. A main event should feel like, this is it. I am the guy you have to beat to become one of the top, to become the guy whose face is in the center of that poster. I am the number one guy. You have to defeat me. And I'm not going to take accountability. I'm going to beat you to prove that I am better than you, and you cannot beat me. And again, Omega, brilliant match. I do not want him to sign with the WWE because he will be so neutered. He'll be like, okay, here's the match that I want, and they'll go, that sounds awesome, yeah. Cut out 75% of it. What? You've got 10 minutes. That's it? Yes. That's all the time we're going to give you. Can I get 15? Unless Vince isn't... If Vince isn't around the show, then Triple H will probably go, we have the network, right? Yeah. We can run over? Yeah. Think the crowd will care if Kenny Omega and Seth Rollins go 25 minutes? Think they'll care if Kenny Omega and Balor 25 minutes? Bryan, Styles, Lesnar, Chad Gable, Cena, Adam Cole, Gargano, Ciampa, Aleister Black, Velveteen Dream. Do you think the crowd will care if we... Matt Riddle, if we give him 25 minutes of this? Do you think they'll care? Nakamura, Mysterio. Then the crowd will be like, oh, this match is so dull. Do you think they'll care? With it, he's awfully short. What's with the curly hair? I don't like the way he looks. Likes video games. Haven't lost to Braun in 3 minutes. Braun. So much beef. Beefy McBeef. I need a steak. But, again, brilliant match. And Omega loses. The IWGP... Wait! There's something going on with a lot of people that lost. They weren't at New Year's Dash. So now let's do a quick bit about All Elite Wrestling. We don't know much. We know a handful of people have been signed, most of them people who lost at Wrestle Kingdom, and then up here at New Year's Dash. We've heard rumbles of it being on either WGN, TBS, or TNT. More like on the Tuesday time slot, which means we're looking at probably a launch maybe around October. Which I think would make sense. I think they do another All In. I've heard Las Vegas, which would be good for Double or Nothing. Gambler reference. Makes perfect sense. I think if they do that, go for a Tuesday time slot, would it allow them to do... Well, October hits, SmackDown goes from Tuesday to Friday. We've gotten so used to wrestling fans to watching Tuesday Night Wrestling. There's a big gaping hole in Tuesday. You put all the wrestling in at Tuesday. Now all of a sudden you'll be like, how was Raw? Raw was fine. Because it'll be October, so we're past SummerSlam. So it'll be when we're in the downturn from SummerSlam to SummerSlam to December. And all of a sudden you'll have this big bump from another show, which is going to put on probably really high work rate stuff. It'll be like watching NXT on regular television, just with more named wrestlers and less developmental. So I'm looking forward to it. I think New Japan, they're doing a good move. They're throwing a lot of chips on Switchblade. They're doing more stuff in the United States, which is good. Do I think Vince is really concerned? I think he's taken notice. But he's probably going, what's their gates? How did their big event do? That's it? Triple H is going, if they start picking up a lot of young guys, and I can't stock NXT with people, they won't hurt the E this year. If they can tie up guys for 2 or 3 years, that's when the E is going to start hurting. Because we don't have Styles forever. We don't have Cena forever. We don't have Bryan forever. We don't have Lesnar forever. There's a lot of guys who all of a sudden they're with big names who are going to be gone. And Vince hasn't done a good job building up current big guys. There's some young talent sitting in NXT. Once you bring them over, you got to backfill NXT. NXT needs to constantly bring in new guys to keep the main roster fresh. If they can't bring in new guys because they're stuck either in an all-elite contract, at which point they're not going to want to go to NXT. They're going to be like, no, I was already on TV. Why do I want to go to developmental? You should put me on the main shows. And I think to some mid-card guys, if my guy expresses I'm Zack Ryder, I'll be like, hey, all elite, what are you offering me? You know, do you want to be the guy who is in the WWE who's not doing anything, but you're making good money? Or would you rather take a chance on yourself, go to all elite, and then maybe make some, may not make as great of money as the E. You might not be working as much, you might have more creative control, so you might actually enjoy your job more. Who knows?